This is a scale concept that you saw in an earlier video that I posted on our site, and it's essentially just a simple idea, melodic idea, sequencing a third within the diatonic framework of the scale. And so if I'm in the key of G using, we'll call it fingering 7, starting on the 7th note of the scale, a pattern of thirds, and I think I see this referred to as broken thirds as well. So if some people refer to it as a cell, so my cell is an ascending third, and then I'm going to just move that stepwise up the scale. So I have a third, and a third, and a third, etc. Now some of those are major thirds and some are minor thirds, simply because that's the way the diatonic material lays out. So what I will do is move to the starting note of the next pair of notes that are that cell or that melodic motive. And it's easy when the two starting notes, for instance, the root and the third, and the second note, fourth note, the starting notes of those two pairs are a whole step apart, so I just connect them with a whole step. And then the same thing here. So going from the second note to the third note, since root to second is a whole step, second to third in a major scale is a whole step, that makes the connection simple. When you have two notes that are half step apart, you obviously can't put a note between them. So we enclose those notes from above then below, like this. I'll start on the root again, and then I'll go back and start on the 7th. So I have root, third, second, fourth, third, fifth, and there's my fourth going to 6th. So again, how I got there: root, third, second, fourth, third, fifth, and there's my fourth. So I'm enclosing that note, real common device melodically. So as you go up the scale, when you have those half steps, you will have to make that adjustment. So going up the scale, it sounds like this, and I will start from the 7th now. So I will enclose that first scale degree, and that will sound like this. Now descending the pattern, if you take the same pattern and play it exactly the opposite direction, the same rules apply. You have a third and a third and a third and a third and so forth. So you play in the opposite direction a descending third, and then you connect that, and then this is a pattern that I never practice. For some reason, I've just never bothered to practice the pattern descending. So sometimes I will play the pattern, and I will sort of cheat and play the enclosure the same way from the top and then the bottom. So I'm enclosing the note from above, then below, and that will sound like this. Now that's something I never practice, and honestly I don't know why. I never really thought about it. I can kind of play the pattern, but you can see that I'm thinking through it. So one of the things that your ability to play something like this that has all the chromaticism introduced into the scale is how well do you know the scale itself. And so because of the fact that there are 5 connecting shapes up the neck, you should be able to play this in all those shapes. So the chromaticism may make the pattern seem fairly exotic, but it will fit with standard chord changes.